Satnam Yogis. I'd like to share with you today a practice called Adrenal Twists. They're super simple and effective and an excellent way to reduce stress and anxiety. They move energy and clear space up the central channel of our spine, called our Sushumna, so that we come back to our natural vitality, life force, and ultimate health and wellness. They're detoxifying for our physical body and clearing for our minds. And they're also really grounding. So they'll ground you down on the path that you're on and the place that you're in. But in that same amount, we get a lift, a burst, and a flush of energy. And they're really strengthening for our core abdominal muscles, and not just the front of our abdomen, but the whole circumference. So the sides and the back body too. So we'll get into a practice shortly together for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. But first, I'd like to, 1, show you what they look like, and 2, break down the key components. So here's what they look like. Okay. Now, the first thing that we want to make sure of is that we maintain a really grounded place. So we can do these in a seat, which you'll see that they're done traditionally, but it's also really beneficial to practice them standing, so long as you feel that you're really grounded in your feet, stable and secure. But today we'll practice in a seat. The next thing is that we maintain a lifted and lengthened spine, and especially the crown of our head lifted, and that's gonna clear the central channel of our spine. So a really grounded place we do them in, and maintaining a lengthened spine and crown. The next thing is that we hold the shoulders with the hands, and the elbows come in line with the shoulders, and then we want to keep the chin in line with the chest, okay? And now my hands, rather than lightly placed on my shoulders, I've got a bit of a grip here, and my thumbs are behind to the back of my shoulders, and the forefingers come forward. And then we sort of relax the shoulders down, but while maintaining the elbows in line, right? And the chin stays in line with the chest. That keeps the crown lifted. But also, as I'm twisting, I'm not gonna twist my neck at all. My neck is gonna stay still. I'm twisting from my lower body, so from the lower back and from the hips. And in that, we wanna make sure that we pull the lower abdomen back towards the spine a little bit, so we have support at our lower back, okay? Now, there's a couple ways that we can do this seated. So I'm in Sukhasana right now, so this is a good place to be. But if you find that it's challenging for you to maintain a lifted spine, then we'll take some support. So support looks like something like a blanket, a block, or a bolster. And I'll just show you right now, because I got a couple blankets here. So if I were to find myself dumping in my back, or to be challenging to sit tall for anywhere from 30 seconds to 3 minutes, we can practice these. I would come up on a blanket. And as you can see, I'm already a little bit taller. I feel more supported here, and but I'm still really grounded. Now, if you wanted more support, either a bolster will work, or if you don't have that, you can stack up 2 blankets here. And with 2 blankets, my knees come lower than my hips, and what that does is tilt my pelvis forward, so that naturally I can maintain the weight and the length of my spine with ease, and it does feel pretty easeful to sit here. So you could do it like that. You could also do these in a chair. So if you're seated in a chair with your feet on the ground, that's a really grounded place to do them. Another way to do them, which is the way I'm going to practice today, is in Vajrasana, which is sitting on your shins. Okay, now sitting on our shins is not comfortable for all of us, and that's okay. We might have issues or pain in our knees, in our ankles, our heels, or even in our lower back. So you take another variation. And we can also take support with Vajrasana too if you wanted. You could, I have a block here, I'll show you. You could slide a block underneath the sit bones, and that's gonna be really grounding. All right, that's nice and cozy. Or you could take a blanket underneath your sit bones on your heels. I'll show you this side view. and just sit right up on the blanket, and that also will give you a little bit more support and lift, okay? All right, so we've got a grounded position, a tall spine, shoulders in line with the elbows, chin stays in line with the chest. We move from the lower body, from the hips and the lower abdominal. And we have a sniff breath, I like to call it. So it's an energetic breath, and it's a bit of a push and a pull. So we can hear the breath, we can feel the breath, and the breath matches the pace of your movement, which, by the way, these are done at your own pace. So anywhere from fast to slow is relevant. It really doesn't matter. You do what feels right and what works best for you. That's your perfect practice, okay? So fast or slow doesn't matter. We can't do this stuff wrong, all right? It's all leading, it's all shaping, it's all telling. So your breath is gonna be a bit of a sniff breath, a push-pull on the inhale and the exhale, and it's gonna match the pace of the movement. And we always inhale to the left and exhale to the right. And that's the component that balances our yin and our yang, or our masculine and our feminine. And the breath, like I said, it's a bit of an energetic breath. So it's gonna work the energy up the spine, but it's also cleansing and clearing. So with the energy of the breath, there's a bit of a heat to it, and that heat burns away the impurities. And through the exhales, we start to push those impurities and those toxins out. So it's a sniff breath. I'll show you one more time here so you can hear it. All right, so it's like on the inhale, I pull in. On the exhale, I press out. All right, you wanna hear it, you wanna feel it. Now, best I can, I'm gonna keep the skin on my face relaxed. I'm gonna keep my mouth relaxed and crown up. Now, with a dristi, your gaze, there's two options for your dristi. One is at the tip of the nose. Eyes are slightly open, you gaze at the tip of the nose, and you would work to maintain that through the practice. Or you can close your eyes and take third eye gaze, which is you turn your eyeballs up to look to the center of your forehead while your eyelids are closed. So both are equally effective. They equally draw us in to have an internal experience. But the reason we would do one or the other is because you're gonna feel more comfortable doing one or the other. And that could change from practice to practice. So we don't always have to do the same one. You can be open to experience both of them and see what one works best for you in the practice that you're doing. Okay, so I think that's about it. So we'll get into about 1.5 minutes of this. Let's hold the shoulders, a little bit of a grip, a little pull of the lower abdomen back towards the spine. Relax the shoulders, keep the crown lifted, chin in line with chest. Choose your dristi here, and hopefully you've gotten yourself in a nice grounded position so far. And here we go. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale left, exhale right. Keep it going. Exhale, press the air out. Come to center and take a deep breath in. Hold the breath in at the top, tuck the chin a little bit and drop your pelvic floor. And then exhale, release the arms down. Either keep your eyes closed or close your eyes. And observe the experience that you're having. Observe the shift that naturally takes place. We feel a settling, a sense of calm. Feel our energetic bodies coming into alignment and releasing heaviness, stagnation, and toxins. Let's take the time to smooth the breath out. Come into a natural paced breath. Okay. Now, adrenal twists can be practiced anywhere from 30 seconds up to 3 minutes is effective. You could take increments and you can do it anytime throughout the day. So you can do it right when you wake up if you want to ground down into your day and also get a flush of energy, a lift. Or you could do it anytime throughout your day if you need a pause or you need a restart or you're feeling stressed out or anxious. 30 seconds will do the trick. And to do it for 3 minutes isn't necessarily better. They're both effective. It just depends on what time frame you're working with and how you're feeling energetically. So I hope you find value to this, as I know I do. And I'm really thankful for you to be here and to take on these practices, being open to them. So I wish you journey well as you explore adrenal twists, and I also look forward to seeing you again in the future. Peace and blessings, my friends. Sat Nam.